Now you can get the correctly graded coins. You can get them correctly identified for the very first time, The very first Silver Eagle. And like I said, going into 2020, the first year of issue has been impossible to find anyway. Now with this new information, I mean, it's what's the technical term? Katie bar the door.
Well, we did put the 87 out, so that's what we're going to talk about. That, and you were saying it's just those 2 years, 86 and 87.
Those are the only 2 years of the 35 years of the American Silver Eagle that were made. The Mint State coin was made exclusively at San Francisco. We know that, okay? We know that they were made exclusively at the San Francisco Mint. So that is the set, the 86 that you just bought and the 87 that's right after this. Now the 87, because it's not the first year of issue, you can see the difference from the price. The 87 Eagle is a little easier to get because they made us more of them, but they actually grade more poorly than the 86s.
That's interesting.
So, it was even worse. I mean, I guess they did their best job, which wasn't that great in 86. And by 87, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know?
They just gave up, right?
Yeah, they just gave up. So 1987's even in Mint State 69, it's not a 50% grader. In other words,
Mike, are you going to have any Mint State 70s for 1987 on the website next week?
No, I don't have 86s or 87s right now. We're getting a count on those. We need those finalized.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because they're such valuable coins, NGC's great about that. They want a couple of pairs of eyes on that to make sure.
Right.
Because they understand that instead of a $189 coin, it's $1,000 or $1,500.
Exactly.
Instead of a $139 coin, it's an $800 or $900 or $1,000 coin.
Right, and so, also for everybody watching at home, the difference between a 69 and a 68 is like also you could drive a train through.
At that point, they're graded what's called Gem BU. And in all honesty, even the Gem BUs, they're not going to be really much less money.
Right, I was going to say, yeah, this is really the deal.
I mean, understand they're each an ounce of silver, so you've got silver. So now you have, you know, the design of the American Silver Eagle's changing, so that's created incredible demand in the Eagles. The 86 was the first year of issue. The 87 completes the San Francisco minted Mint State set, in essence, when it comes to exclusively minted San Francisco Mint State Silver Eagles. And then, of course, you have silver doubling. You've got all of those things in the marketplace, and they become instantly collectible. So even the Gem BUs are going to be like the 87 Gem BU. I mean, it's going to be every bit of $119 probably. The 86 is probably going to be, even in Gem BU, probably $149 or $159. So the premium that you're paying for Mint State 69 is really minuscule.
Oh, yeah.
To the premium, let's say you'd pay for Mint State 70s. And now you have correctly identified coins for the very first time.
Right.
You've got correctly identified coins for the very first time in the entire series. That's critical for you to understand. If you already own the coins, you're going to have to recertify them.
Right. This really would be the only way to have that complete collection of Silver Eagles, right? Bookending is to have this one. Right?
Correctly identified. I mean, you can have the 86 and 87. They are what they are, right?
But you've correctly identified. I mean, that's going to be the next level of collecting, is to have this one.
That's right, and with the bridge core, which is exclusive to me, so it's the only way that you can get it, and we debuted that today. Today's the first time this coin was available, generally available in the entire United States, was today, right here on HSN. So it's not just that we give you the best coins, we're breaking numismatic news here as well, and that's critically important for your collecting and for your ability to add to your collection. Then add in the fact you were talking about extended holiday return. What's that, like 4 months or something?
Yeah, Mike, it's till January 31st, 2021 for returns or exchanges. I know in the coin world, that is impossible to even buy a coin and exchange it in 10 minutes. Like you could buy it, turn around and say, I want my money back, and then be like, too late, right?
Yeah, right. Then it becomes a negotiation.
Right, yes, I know. So you've got until the end of January. I mean, I think we're thinking coins, like everything, are definitely giftable to buy now and give as a gift for the holidays is the concept.
There's absolutely no doubt about it, particularly in our exclusive holders, particularly with the new information, the treasury letter that comes with this. I think it's a wonderful addition. Now we've kind of changed the letter insofar as we put it on one piece of paper. So it's front and back. So the front is the letter and the back is the numbers. so that you'll get that too, which I think is, having this information is incredibly valuable. And it's the first time that it's been available, in essence, in any time in the marketplace. Nobody has known about this. It just doesn't exist in terms of what people thought. Everybody thought the Silver Eagle was made at Philadelphia from 1986 to 1999 for basically almost 15 years. They couldn't have been more wrong. They were off by a factor of 1 trillion, because zero. Divide by zero.
And by the way, Mike, when you say everybody thought, that includes people like you who know everything about coins. That to me is the amazing part.
Right, and so, I mean, in essence, and it's not like the government went out to fool anybody.
No.
People just made assumptions.
Exactly,
and they didn't ask the questions. And so we asked the question, and the answer came back and absolutely floored us.
Right, and then you were like, I want that in writing.
Right. Well, that's what we do. We make these Freedom of Information Act requests, and then eventually we get a letter that says, okay, here's what you want to know, or nothing. We refuse to give you your answer.
Really?
And part of the letter says that, as a matter of fact. It says, look, the United States Mint is not obligated to do any research for you. If it's readily available information within the Mint, we will provide that to you, but we're not going to go out and do a bunch of crazy stuff to do your research for you.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right, but they might be okay to confirm something.
That's right. It says thus, because you are requesting United States Mint reform research services and answer interrogatories rather than provide agency records, your requests are not valid for Freedom of Information Act requests. Nonetheless, the United States Mint will give you the following information.
Okay, thank you. Wow, I feel like I did something wrong. Okay, thank you.
They have the keys to the kingdom there.
So, Mike, how do you think about what should I ask? I mean, that has to be some of the key to all this, right?
Well, some of it, you have to know, okay, what has the Mint done? What is the Mint likely to have done?
Right.
What is the Mint likely to have not released in terms of information? All of those types of issues, those are all the types of questions that we ask or hope to ask.
All right, well, very, very popular. 1987 San Francisco Mint MS69 condition, grading company NGC Silver Eagle dollar coin, $139.95. I do want to mention our very best value of the day, which ends in just a couple hours at midnight. It's from Shark. It is a